Gene of Owner and Operator here, and in this video, we're going to talk about physically doing a bid. So in our previous video, we talked about using two websites to bidding and making possibly $400 a day. The first one, if you remember, was Demand Star, and the second one is going to be Vendor Link. I'll attach somewhere up here where that video is located. So once again, we're going to use Vendor Link for this bid here. You will go under bid solicitations after you log into Vendor Link, of course, and this one's a little different. Typically, you would type in pressure washing, exterior cleaning, or anything like that. This time, it's under clean. So we're going to type in clean, and we want to make sure it's in active status. Search. And you'll see here on this third option, it's going to say pressure washing and other cleaning services. Most important part about this whole entire bid is going to be those first three documents right there. The first one is an invitation to bid, or an ITB. The second one is going to be the first addendum, and the third one is going to be the second addendum. Yesterday was the last day for questions, so there is a second addendum in there. Now we're going to download this ITB first, just to see what it's about. Maximize my page. So this bid here is due October 26th, and once again, this day is going to pass because I'm not going to put this video out till after the fact, but it's due October 26th. And this form has about 29 pages. So the first form itself is going to be the invitation to bid and contract agreement form. The second one is all about the checklist. And from there, it just tells you everything that you need to do. From discounts, documents, taxes, omissions and errors, cancellation, termination, OSHA, all this good stuff. Now, the page that you definitely want to start paying attention to is going to be page number 22. 22 is actually the first attachment. Now, this is where the actual bid sheet is, and it will give you per square foot. Now, here's the thing though. That doesn't matter. The reason why is addendum number 1 has an updated revised. So I know this because I looked into it already, but this one doesn't matter. Attachment number 2 is going to be the reference form. Attachment number 3, or C, is going to be statement of experience and qualifications. Then you go conflict of interest, workplace certification, drug-free, and from there, so on and so on. Now, this one does require it to be a sealed bid, which means it needs to go in an envelope with this Exhibit A cut out and put on the outside. So what we're going to do from here is I like to print everything out and do it by hand. The reason why is, yes, I can use my Mac and type everything in and put my signature in, but I like a wet signature. So I want to put everything on the paper by printing it first. So that's what we're going to do. All right, folks, so I have the invitation to bid printed out all together now. Once again, the front sheet is going to be the invitation to bid and contractor agreement. And typically you will just fill it out. So company name is going to be Ace Contracting and Services. So now I have read everything in this packet. So at this point, all I'm doing is filling it out. You, on the other hand, you may want to read every single thing. I have already read everything. EIN, now you can find this anywhere. So EIN, which is your federal, pretty much your federal social security number for your business. I'm only going to put most of it. Once I get off this video, I'll put the rest. Address, same thing. Telephone number, don't mind you calling me at all if you got questions. City, I'm actually in Midway, Florida, 32343. Once again, all this is public information. It's Ace Con Serve at Gmail. Now, I do have a website and I do have an official email address, but I like to use this for bids and everything else. So if I do get spam mail, it'll go in here, and I do have an official email address. E-Verify number, I'll put that in a second. Authorized signature. That is me. Date is the 14th. and name, Jean Lane. So that's pretty much the front sheet. Moving on this sheet, it tells you everything that you need to attach to this bid. First one is going to be that first sheet that we filled out. Second one is the price sheet, reference, bidder's statement, conflict of interest, drug-free, debarment, bidder statement, and a screenshot from Sunbiz. I have all that printed out. Next one. So remember, I said there is 2 addendums. Number 1 was a revised price bid sheet, which is this, and number 2 is just the questions being answered. So for the first one, don't need this. The reason why is I printed the revised one. It says revised right up here, and I have this one printed. Now, when it comes to pricing it, it's based on you and how you choose to price your stuff. So typically, I'm gonna throw a random number out. So let's just say we go 10 cents a square foot on decking and sidewalks and driveways, 10 cent on 10 high vertical surfaces, 10 high on vertical spaces over 15 feet. Your hourly rate, and when it comes to specialized services, how much more percentage do you charge? And this one says you cannot exceed 10%. So typically I would go 10% here. Now, depending on the area you're in, you would fill this yourself. Whether it's 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, it's all on you. Now, I can't give you per se my prices only because my prices are my prices here where I'm at. Your prices are your prices wherever you're at. Mind you, I am in the Tallahassee area, and this bid is in right outside Orlando area. So maybe difference depending on how inexpensive I can get SH or how long it'll take me to get down there. So I got to factor in room and board if I have to travel. Have to factor in, lodging, have to factor in fuel, have to factor in time, have to factor in SH, chemicals, wear and tear, and all that good stuff. So all that's going to be billed into my bidding price. So that's this sheet right here. Second one is going to be your reference form. Now, they want references from people that you've done work for. So I have done work for the school board here locally. I have done it for a couple big contractors, apartment complexes, you name it, schools, I've done it all. This is where I will fill all that out at. Next one is going to be bidder statement of experience and qualifications. Once again, how long you've been in business, your specialty of work, if you have any licenses. Here in the Leon County area, Gaston County, you don't need a license. Down there, you don't need one either. Bidder's representation, have I ever defaulted on the contract in the past 3 years? Protection from creditors or dissolution, bankruptcy, all this is no. So I will fill all this out to get it going. So let's go ahead and authorize signature, title, owner, Jean Lane, date 10/14/21, 850-274-2445. And years in business under this present name, that's going to be 3. Specialty work years, 3. License in A. So that's me. So they want a representative, which is going to be me. Jean. 850-274-2445. Have we ever defaulted a contract? Nope. Forfeited payment? Nope. The past 3 years dissolutions? Nope. Litigation? Nope. Are we involved in any state fact-finding negotiations or resistance to a merger? Friendly? Nope. So all that is no. So that is completely filled out. Conflict of interest. There is no conflict of interest. I would have to name the people who I do have a conflict of interest. And this is a no for me. So we're going to do that. Signature. Name. Ace. I was going to put owner. So we're just going to wipe that out. address. I'll go back and do that. Moving on, drug-free, we are drug-free. Once again, I did read all these forms. I hear all the time that I have a doctor's signature, but I've been working on that since I was in the 7th grade. So this one is saying that bidders statement of principal place of business. If you're not located in the state of Florida, you would have to have this filled out. But seeing that we are located in the state of Florida, we're pretty much good. I like to put a line to make sure that they know we didn't skip it, because if there's nothing there, oh, they forgot a page. Nope. And we're done. Midway, Florida. Now, there's a few more things that I do have to fill out, like my references and my actual pricing address, of course. But for the most part, we are done here. Now, the reason why this one was pretty quick is because it's a square footage price. Now, I did mention that I am done. Only reason why I'm done is because I've looked through this document 3 or 4 times already. Now, the biggest thing is take your time and bid correctly. Now, my prices are my prices, whether it's 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents. It's all on you and how you bid that. For me, I know exactly what my price is. And pretty much, I stay within range. Only reason why I would go up or go down, depending on location. If I'm going way to the other side of the United States, that's a different story. But this is literally 2 hours, 3 hours away from home. I can make it in one day. And we're not doing a lot of flat work all at once. The way that this bid is put together, it's saying that we may have multiple locations, but they'll tell us way in advance which one is which and how long we have to do it. So once again, first sheet is completely done, second sheet is completely done. Now it's time to actually put my pricing in. Once again, I know my prices, and you'll have to work on yours. The next sheet that needs to be completed is going to be my reference form. I have a couple of references, the same one I use all the time, and I've used them so much that when they receive it on their desk or they get a phone call, they know what to expect, and they know why and who. Attachment C is completed. D is completed, which is conflict of interest. E, drug-free workplace, is completed. Attachment F, which is the debarment. There's no debarment here, so I'm good there. Attachment G, principal location of business. We're here in Florida, so there's no need to actually fill this all the way out. I'll put a line through it to make sure that they know that I didn't miss it. And from there, this is the one where you would have to cut out and put it on the outside of the envelope. Very important. Very, very, very important, because they need to know what it is as soon as they see that envelope. Don't have this on there, it's gonna be tough. I pretty much have these laying around the house. This is a brand new pack. You get this, you cut this out, you put it on here, and you send it off. I always make a copy of this entire document whenever I send it. The reason why is if it gets lost or something happens, I'm like, hey, I have a copy, I can email it to you or fax it in and send it in to you. Scan it, fax, whatever you use, I'll have a second copy. So this plus FedEx, I always overnight. No matter if the bid is a day away or a week away, not a day away. No matter if the bid is a week away, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, I always overnight. Reason why is it gets there super quick. So if it does get mixed up, or if it does land on the wrong person's desk, it gives me enough time, because the goal is to get there beforehand, not when it needs to be there. Because if something happens and I say, hey, did you get my bid? Or hey, I didn't hear anything back. Or we didn't get it. Well, I sent it on this day, somebody signed for it, and all that good stuff. So make sure you always do a second copy, put it in here, put your form on the front, and not mail. I always use FedEx, not USPS, not UPS, always FedEx, and I always get a tracking number. So that's how I know I'm covered, just in case something does happen. I'm like, I got it. So when it comes to bids, that's how you do it. There's some of them that are way more involved, and some of them are not as involved. This one was pretty hands-off. I did see that they do have a budgeted amount, and hopefully we can meet that. Now, don't know how many school buildings this place has or this county has, but it's worth a shot, right? You miss every shot that you never take. That's the goal, to take every single shot. This, and this will hopefully win me a bid. Gene of owner and operator. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program. Do not forget this. I forgot to mention it, but do not forget this. This is your addendums. They have to be signed. If they're not signed, they will not accept this, and you're automatically disqualified. There's 2 addendums, and you got to fill them out and got to attach it. Don't be that one not to fill your addendums out and get messed up. Gene of owner and operator.